1, 2, 3, heave. 1, 2, 3, go. On the count of 3, we will lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. There's something about the number 3, 1, 2, 3. It seems to round things off. And in speaking, you can get into the habit of presenting in threes. By that I mean you can mention something, and then you can mention it again in a slightly different way, and then again in a slightly different way. The 3 together adds up to something far bigger than 1, 2 and 3. It makes it exponentially greater. How that happens, I don't know, but it's got something to do with the magic number of 3. I've got into the habit now, over a period of years, when I give a presentation, to mention things along those lines. Point 1, point 2, point 3, or perhaps in one sentence, making that sentence a very strong one. The idea within it very strong. And you can do the same. It's just a matter of practice. And one of the ways probably to practice it, the best way, is to do it with writing, with handwriting. Get into the habit of making a strong point 3 times in one sentence, and you can do it. So that's one hint that will help you as a public speaker, make you a more powerful, effective speaker. What's another one? Alliteration, lifelong learning. Mind matters most. Alliteration is also a very strong way of putting something in people's minds so that they remember it. And in this case, it might necessarily be 3 things, although 3 has that ring to it. You could say, lifelong learning lightens life. 5 L's in a row. And you could put that in your presentation, strategically placed all the way through it. Lifelong learning lightens life. And here's the point you're making. Lifelong learning does improve our lives in many ways. So rather than say learning, continuing to learn things throughout your life will make your life better, you say lifelong learning lightens life. And that is a takeaway message. Used throughout a speech, judiciously, and by judiciously I mean remembering the way that the human mind remembers things. Use the expression several times in the first part of the speech, perhaps once in the middle and once at the end. This is the way to reinforce it in the minds of your listeners. So just those 3 tips. Learn 3 things. Learn how to express things in 3 different ways, perhaps even in the one sentence, or in 3 successive sentences. And also learn about alliteration, the power of alliteration and how it is easy, far easier for people to remember those phrases in their minds. I hope you got something out of this little educational on presenting to audiences.